Okay, my name is Jared Martin, and today we're going to be talking about retention. A brief introduction into the worries and the need to fix retention rates. Firstly, is the turnover rate in 2022, which is 24.9%. Turnover rate means the rate of people leaving the workplace for any reason, forced or voluntary. Our business retention strategy is relative to two issues. First, the problem, and then the solution. The problem is, firstly, a lack of assimilation. A lot of people don't feel like they belong. They kind of jump to a workforce that either they're not adequately trained on or they don't feel accepted into. The second is a lack of emotional depth and connection. A lot of people feel like when they go to work, it's kind of just work for work, right? You're not there to develop anything else except for some skills that you're going to use only 8 hours a day for so much of your time. And it feels like it's a machine that a lot of people just keep cranking. So our solution to these reasons of the lack of retention is increasing in purpose, belonging, and creating positive change. We have those through 4 policies that will make an individual feel like they are cared about and create relationships in the business or in the organization in each department. For one, there are going to be cultural changes. How people work. Number one is posture. Number two is mild relaxation. Number three is nutritional education. Number four is nutritional consumables. It's important to note that we as an organization can't change everything, but we can change the fundamentals and make a really good foundation for people to then build on in groups. So again, we're gonna hit a little bit harder on the problem, throw some statistics at you. The retention rates of 2022 are 24.9%, which that's pretty bad. A quarter of the company leaving at a time. 73% of men and 62% of women are confident that they can find a new job in today's market. That's a pretty upsetting thing that they could just walk away from whatever job that they have currently. For one, I would say benefits. I would also say culture and the organizational belonging that they have. The next is that 29% of workers have quit a job within 90 days of starting. Now, this statistic plays a huge role into the other statistics that we have, and I'll go into that in a little bit. 94% of Gen Z will quit a job due to burnout. Now, that is also associated with the social reasons, right? The lack of connection, not just the work that goes on. Now, tying it back into how employees will quit within 90 days of starting, 33% of an employee's annual salary is the cost of replacing an employee. 81% of companies who experience extended job vacancies reported it had a negative impact on their company. So because people are leaving within 3 months, because people are leaving at such a high rate, it actually has a huge impact on a lot of companies. Of the 81% of companies who have experienced these negative impacts, 29% are not getting work done. 27% are disengaged or have unmotivated workers. 25% have low employee morale. Another 25% have revenue loss, and 22% have delivery time delays. So these are just specific issues that have been pulled for companies and like what issues they have experienced. And this image right here says 630 billion is the overall cost in the US of turnover financial loss. That is a huge loss in just because of people are quitting, going to different jobs, they're not staying. The lack of retention has a huge effect on every company. So our proposed policy has a name: feel better, see better, and live better. Number one, feel better is the physical aspect of the job, right? So when we get into that, that's the ergonomic workstations, being able to sit and stand. That is a huge difference on my body. Just being able to sit down or stand up instead of being hunched over for 8 hours to 12 hours a day, 4 to 6 days a week can have a huge toll on you. The second part is see better, right? So along with feeling better, our perspective changes. This allows us to have better, I guess, mental focus, get more work done, but have a better attitude at work. And so because of physical changes and because of mental changes, you will live better. The second one is myo-relaxation technique training for the company. In the special forces, a huge thing is stretching. You would be so surprised for the amount of hard running and working out, weightlifting, and how just they destroy their bodies. A lot of them go to doctors, take a lot of medication, and just numb the pain instead of actually targeting the issue. So before somebody gets actually hurt, a huge thing is just simply stretching, being able to allow your body to relax, making the muscles from their intense state and just relax is going to do a huge number on your body. The third policy is to have tasty foods at vending machines, but that they are healthy. A lot of vending machines have, I don't know, Pop-Tarts or granola bars that have way too much granola and not enough protein, and other things that are just fatty. Chips and those little cheese balls do not do great for your health. And the fourth policy would be nutritional education. I have a quote down here. It is calories determine your body weight, macronutrients determine your body composition, and micronutrients determines performance. So if we educate a lot of people on these specific things, micro meaning vitamins and minerals, macro meaning your body composition, right? So muscle versus fat, your body percentage ratio, as well as water retention and what was the other one? Calories. Yeah. The important understanding of calorie intake is pretty huge. That is a huge thing overall. So this is how we're going to implement the change. Number one, we're going to purchase and install ergonomic workstations, starting with the lower levels of the employees and working up. A lot of companies always start with the upgrades going top down in that drip system. No, doesn't work. For the people that leave the most are definitely the lower levels, but that is how the company works. That is the foundation upon which it stands. So we're going to be installing and purchasing those workstations, those ergonomic workstations for the lower level employees first through all departments and then slowly work up. That timeline will be about 4 to 6 months. The second thing is implementing stretching and stress release techniques. Firstly, we're going to provide a space to do so instead of just training on it. But we're going to have quarterly trainings, quarterly walkthroughs on these stress releasing techniques. Our companies are going to be given 2 breaks during the day and a lunch break. So an hour overall in which our employees can utilize the space to stretch, to relax, to take time to just de-stress and use our myo-relaxation techniques. Third is to incentivize healthier vending options through a $500 stipend to vendors. So within the next 2 weeks, we're going to be changing the vending machines. I understand that some companies can offer entire lunches and others might not, but we will be offering a stipend to those vendors to adjust their healthier options. And lastly, we're going to implement quarterly trainings on nutrition for each lifestyle activity. It's important to note that people like myself who sit in a truck for 8 to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, that's not a lot of calorie burning. There's not a lot of increasing your metabolism right there. So for each activity style, right, if you're a high calorie burner, you do six days a week of working out, or your job is a lot more active, then you would need to eat more calories. And that would also depend on how much protein to calories you eat. People that do a lot of running tend to eat a lot more calories than protein because that's their focus. They're just consistently burning more. So that's an important thing that we do, and we would do that within 2 to 4 weeks, starting now. So, for conclusion, providing workplace posture options, stress reduction techniques in the workplace, healthier food choices, and education on nutrition are essential for performance, for retention, and unity. I would stress that this isn't just policies that we can do, but it is something that's going to change the organizational culture. Individuals are going to bond more with others. I feel like this is going to be something that really adjusts our performance as well. People are going to feel that they're cared for because we want the individual to feel good, not just go to the doctor when things are actually wrong, right? When they're at their worst they could be and they need medical attention. Instead, we would rather have our employees work at their best and feel their best while they're working. Doing this as a company will build rapport, will build relationships. And again, the program name is Feel Better, See Better, Live Better. Thank you. And this is a page of references.